Are you struggling with losing weight and keeping it off? In this video, I'm going to show you how to handle this problem once and for all. Guys, welcome back. I'm going to give you 5 simple tips on how to reduce your body fat percentage and keep it off forever. Carrying excess fat or excess weight on your body is actually really bad for you because it's bad for your knees, it's bad for your back. There are so many internal diseases and problems that can happen, such as heart disease, hypertension, and a variety of other things. And if you watch till the end of this video, you're going to have 5 simple tools and solutions in order to help you transform the way you eat and therefore transform keeping the fat off your body. Let's start with solution number 1. These 5 tips are actually things that I have used myself. I used this when I was running a marathon on all the 7 continents. I used this when I was training for the Ironman. I used this when I was studying for my exams in Cambridge. There are a variety of different scenarios where I use these tips in my life. And they work for me and they help me bring success, which is why I'm sharing it with you guys. Number 1, guys, is to eat 5 to 6 small meals a day. And the reason I say this is because if you break it up into smaller meals or 3 meals and 2 snacks, it's very easy to keep your metabolism high. And the theory behind this is that if you keep your metabolism high throughout the day, you'll be less likely to have snacks, you'll be less likely to have cravings, and if you're eating smaller meals, you'll be likely to look forward to the next meal quicker than eating 3 larger meals. Of course, at the end of the day, you still need to be in a caloric deficit. I just find that being in a caloric deficit using 5 smaller meals as a structure is much better than just in any other format. So number 1, eat 5 small meals a day. Number 2, guys, is eating a portion of lean protein and complex carbohydrates. Lean proteins are things which have very, very low fat. Things like lean beef, chicken breast, mostly any kind of seafood, and things like lean mincemeat, fish, like white fish is extremely good for you as well. Complex carbs are carbs that have a low glycemic index and therefore they digest slowly in your body, which keeps you full and satiated for longer. Good sources of complex carbs are brown rice, oatmeal, brown bread, anything with whole wheat flour. So if you mix these lean proteins and complex carbs along with fibrous vegetables like broccoli, greens like asparagus, things like kale, which is extremely good for your body and your brain as well. If you mix these up along with some healthy fats, you can have a good balanced meal. So I want you to write a list of lean proteins that you can take and then a list of complex carbohydrates that you can take, mix them up and then have them together in different meals. Number 3, guys, is to eat every 2 to 3 hours, which means that you should be spreading your 5 to 6 small meals every 2 to 3 hours. When it comes to eating protein and carbs, small meals is a fist size of protein and a palm size of carbohydrates. So palm size of carbohydrates and a fist size of protein, like a full fist. So basically it'll be a balanced meal. You do that 5 times a day. You also include vegetables as well. When you're doing this, you should be spreading it out every 2 to 3 hours because this is the optimal range to keep your body satiated and keep your hormonal levels under control. You won't have many glycogen spikes because you're eating complex carbohydrates and lean proteins as well. The only time I would suggest eating a high glycemic carbohydrate, which is like a simple sugar, is directly after your workout, where you can have like a protein shake and a banana, or protein shake and rice crackers with some honey on top, etc., for example. So guys, basically tip number 3 is eat frequently every 2 to 3 hours. Number 4, guys, is use only low salt, sugar, sodium and fat seasonings in your foods. So don't use things like mustard and mayonnaise and things like that. You want to be using things like spices like cayenne pepper, salt, pepper, steak seasonings, but not many sauces and stuff. Soy sauce is okay. I use that from time to time as well. But ideally, you want to keep your sauces lower, and you want to be cooking your food in either grilling it or air frying it or baking it rather than frying it or deep frying it in lots of oil. And try to use an oil that is low in fat, like an extra virgin olive oil or something like that. That's what I use, and I tend to like it. But yeah, basically, guys, keep your excess calories low, essentially. Number 5, guys, and this is what helps make this whole thing magical and it makes this whole thing consistent, is I follow an 80-20 rule, and I think you should as well. 80-20 means 80% of the time I eat like this, and you should eat like this. 20% of the time you can eat whatever you want. So out of the 30, if I'm eating 5 small meals a day for 7 days a week, that's 35 meals, 80% is 27. 27 meals I will eat in this format and this structure, and then 7 small meals I'll have whatever I like. This helps me keep balance and when I'm out with my friends, or when I'm out with my family, or when I'm around town in Cambridge, I can, have fun and I don't have to feel guilty about it, and I feel okay. I don't think my wife will actually put up with me if I actually eat in a strict way the entire time, because she also likes to go out and have fun, and it's more sustainable for a more well-rounded, compatible lifestyle. Number two, if you're a busy individual, I would highly suggest cooking your meals in bulk, which means basically cooking all of your meals. If you're a university student like me, or you're in the corporate world and you're working 40 hours a week, you want to start incorporating this, I would highly suggest batching up your meals and making them all together, which means picking your protein sources, picking your carbohydrate sources, and then mix and matching them up into pre-packaged meals for the rest of the week. You can do this for about 2 to 3 days to begin with, and then you can move on to like 4 to 5 days, and then maybe a week even, depending on how comfortable you feel with how fresh you want your food to be. So the extra tip, guys, is batching, is cooking your food all together. Okay, guys, so guys, to sum it up, number one, eat 5 small meals a day. Number two, good healthy foods, eat lean portions of protein, carbohydrates, and fibrous vegetables. Number three, meal timing, which is eating your foods every 2 to 3 hours. Number four is seasoning with low salt, sugar, sodium, and fat. Number five is having a balance and eating an 80-20 rule. And number six, which is the bonus tip, guys, is batching your food so you make it up in one meal. If you follow this, it'll be very easy for you to keep going. Of course, it's going to be difficult at the start, but keep persevering and you can do this. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. So guys, if you like this video, please do subscribe by hitting the little red notification icon right here, and hit the bell notification icon right next to it so that you're notified every single time a new video comes out. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.